Hi, in this talk I'm going to discuss MetaCartel Ventures. And on this channel I break down complicated topics in crypto to save you time. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. So what is MetaCartel Ventures? It's a for-profit investment DAO coupled with a legal entity. Preface. Distributed Autonomous Organizations, DAOs, are a crypto-native and remote-first way for people to coordinate funding, labor, time, and social capital. DAO governance is distributed. Funds and assets are managed on-chain via smart contracts. DAOs give power to individuals upon crowd consensus and are inherently a political tool. In 2016, the DAO was created. The DAO was one of Ethereum's first major decentralized applications and the first time Ethereum community attempted to coordinate through a DAO. And after the DAO hack, projects like Aragon and DAOstack continued their efforts in bringing DAOs to the world, making sure DAOs stayed relevant within the Ethereum community. In early 2019, Mulak DAO sparked a new wave of widespread interest in DAOs. Some of these that were created around this time include MetaCartel DAO, Yang DAO, Orochi DAO, the Lao, and Marketing DAO. Context. The MetaCartel community started as a technical working group in September of 2018. Initially, they worked on meta transactions, which allows users to interact with decentralized apps on Ethereum without needing to own Ether. They built the gas station network, which is a decentralized network of gas relay nodes, which later became the Gas Station Network Alliance. And during February and March of 2019, the MetaCartel community worked on plans of launching a dApp incubator. Then in April, these plans transformed into the idea of the MetaCartel DAO. Its purpose was to set up an ecosystem grant fund that would drive experimentation around crypto use cases and crypto-native business models. MetaCartel DAO went live June 5th, 2019. Some initial backers include Matic, NewCypher, and SpankChain. Since the start of the DAO in July, MetaCartel DAO raised over 1.1k ETH and deployed over 44,000 to over 13 projects. After 60 plus DAO participants and 800 plus community members, MetaCartel Ventures will now be created. Introduction. MetaCartel Ventures is a for-profit DAO created by the MetaCartel community for the purposes of making investments into early-stage decentralized applications. It offers a community-oriented membership structure, radical participation, and flexibility unparalleled by traditional venture capital models. Members of the DAO source, diligence, propose, and vote on investments. The admission of new members is permission and member curated. The ability to exit the DAO is completely permissionless, allowing exiting members to receive their full pro rata share of the DAO's assets at any time. The initial members will consist of trusted Ethereum community founders, builders, investors, and existing participants of the MetaCartel community. MetaCartel Ventures is made of a code and law pairing. The technology half consists of Mulak's version 2 smart contract standard. The legal half consists of a member-managed Delaware LLC governed primarily by the Grimoire, the LLC agreement, and the statutes of the Delaware LLC. So why use a DAO? Diverse due diligence, distributed decision-making, incentivized aggregation of deal flow, and low participation risk. What are the trade-offs? Asset management and majority-based decision-making. If you're interested in learning about the trade-offs of majority-based decision-making, I recommend reading an article called The Cathedral and the Bazaar. MetaCartel's positioning. Over time, the community has grown with MetaCartel, with over 30 plus virtual community calls, over 20 plus offline meetups, and weekly podcasts and newsletter editions, as well as a demo day in Berlin. They also produced the Grants DAO, which provided funding and support to 13 plus projects. Market opportunities. Early signs of product market fit with Ethereum dApps. This includes DeFi protocols, DeFi interfaces, tokenized marketplaces, NFT marketplaces, crypto-native games, and new gaming business models. Predictions. Opportunities will be unique to Ethereum's application layer, and they will prove to become the leading venture ecosystem to focus on. An immature yet rapidly growing venture environment. In Q4 2019, 11 million plus in early stage capital was deployed in key areas of DeFi and crypto gaming. But crypto investors still lack data, and projects are hindered by long development cycles and legal advisory. New experiments in hypercapitalism. dApps enable many different experiments that Mulak may like to partake in. Some of these include sponsoring teams to play crypto games, investing in digital assets, buying income sharing agreements, and personal time tokens of individuals. Predictions. MetaCartel believes we'll see likely another highly profitable crypto-native asset class emerge. The Grimoire. The definition: a book of magic spells and invocations. So how the Grimoire works. MetaCartel Ventures will be a Delaware LLC that has two key components. 1. The DAO's Grimoire, which is an LLC agreement that voluntarily legally binds members of the DAO. 2. The Delaware LLC Act, which is a set of laws for determining the default governance rules and meta rules for the LLCs formed in Delaware. Through the LLC, MetaCartel Ventures will be able to enter into legal contracts and engage in investment opportunities without the risk of individual personal liability beyond the capital in the DAO. It also allows legal entities to participate in the DAO's membership as well as the issuance of securities to the DAO. Unlike a typical LLC, the Grimoire enables MetaCartel Ventures governance to become tightly coupled with its Mulak DAO version 2 smart contracts. A quote from the white paper states, "When a person follows the on-chain procedures for acquiring DAO shares from the MetaCartel Ventures smart contract, the person will also legally become a member of MetaCartel Ventures, with rights and obligations determined by the terms of the Grimoire and the Delaware LLC Act." So what are the goals of the Grimoire? Open participation, flexibility with involvement, and provide open management of the DAO. Community governance from a social perspective. Most of the governance is coordinated through social consensus, despite on-chain fundraising and asset management. This is done via group chats, video meetings, and in-person meetings. This helps the community iterate before creating proposals. MetaCartel Ventures has 3 types of membership: mages, goblins, and summoners. Mages. They actively participate in management efforts, including sourcing opportunities, conducting due diligence, and asset management. These are not accredited investors, and so they must participate as mages or they'll be expelled from the DAO. Goblins. Goblins are passive DAO members, similar to mages, but not as involved and may be expelled from the DAO at any time. Goblins are accredited investors, and they can also become mages if they want. Summoners. These are operational team members for legal, finance, and coordination tasks. They're paid with fees determined by the initial DAO founding members, and some of these examples include making sure DAO members are aware of proposals, ensuring standard participation, entering into legal agreements, recruiting service providers, and coordinating PR. Community governance from a technological perspective. Membership is permission. New membership proposals are submitted on-chain and voted on. Candidates must be first championed by an existing member of MetaCartel Ventures and undergo evaluation. Continued membership is permission and community policed. For a person to continue their membership, they must have consent of an economic majority of MetaCartel members. At any time, members can propose other members to be expelled, and if approved through sufficient members, the person will lose their MetaCartel shares and governance rights. MetaCartel membership shares. Membership shares, although conceived as tokens, are balances tracked on Ethereum and are non-transferable. The Grimoire also prohibits sharing of private keys of an address that owns MetaCartel Ventures shares on Ethereum, except if a member dies. Members can rage quit, aka leave the DAO whenever they want, and receive payment and claim tokens representing their percentage of MetaCartel Ventures property. Community governance from a legal perspective. This is done with a qualified co-deference approach, meaning MetaCartel Ventures continues to utilize legal structures, but modifies them to defer to the outcome of operating software when appropriate. Asset management. The Guild Bank. The DAO has smart contracts which manage the tokens of the DAO, and that's the Guild Bank. These funds are used for investment, service provider payments, or membership redemptions. Claims tokens. These are token contracts that allocate claims on future revenue that is deposited into the claims token contract. Off-chain. Off-chain assets are used for paying for services and held in the LLC's bank account. Ownership of this account is secure through legal contracts. Exiting members. Members who are partially or completely leaving MetaCartel Ventures will receive their pro rata share of the DAO's current assets as full and final payment of their membership interests. There's also Rage tokens, which are a percentage of crypto-native tokens then currently held in the Guild Bank equal to the members' percentage membership interest in the DAO, and these will be immediately tradable. Rage claims are just future claims. And there's also going to be hybrid Rage token and Rage claims. These are safe claims redeemable for exiting members' pro rata share of a refund or a crypto native token issued in the future. Rage quits. Partial rage quits are reduction in shares. A complete rage quit is a resignation in membership. Proposal types. Membership admission proposals, membership expulsion proposals, jailing and rage kick, bailouts, token whitelist proposals, investment proposals, and OTC trade proposals. These are all the proposals members can provide. Investment flow of funds. This is a diagram listed in MetaCartel Ventures white paper. Please check out the link in the description for more info. My analysis. MetaCartel is going after traditional venture capital. It's highly risky with a 10 ETH minimum buy-in as a member. And one question I have is, will MetaCartel Ventures work sustainably? It's not clear at this point. Overall, experimentation like MetaCartel Ventures should be encouraged, and reviewing results after 1 year will be interesting. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. Please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.